have all kind of election drama going on, but they're trying to sort it out in Atlanta. The issue now, what happens in Alabama on Tuesday? You've got, of course, Roy Moore, the accused child molester, can't even go to a mall in Alabama because they don't want to keep him away from all the little girls out there. And then, of course, you got Douglas Jones, who's now firing back. Who is going to make the difference in Alabama? Yesterday, Tom, last night, Steve Bannon was there talking about the globalists, talking about all these people affecting Alabama. Last I checked, didn't he make his money at Goldman Sachs? You a damn globalist. I'm like, I don't understand what's going on. And so it is stunning what's going on down there. And then, of course, Tom, you had, of course, Roy Moore going to a black church where this one Negro pastor said Roy Moore is on the cross and he's actually, he's being crucified. I'm like, are you out your mind? Lord, some black people. Let's go to my guests. First off, we got Rose Sanders, of course, the co-founder of the Selma Bridge Crossing Jubilee, coordinator of Vote or Die campaign. Also, we have with us, Tom, a young sister, DeWanna Thompson, creator of Woke Vote program. They are trying to turn out students at HBCUs. Rose, I want to start with you. Black voters critical, could make up 25–28%. I saw a story the other day where you talked about, well, actually it was a story that said that Democrats have been so wiped out in Alabama that they really don't have infrastructure. You said they haven't been putting the resources to really yard signs and leaflets and going door to door to turn people out to beat back Roy Moore.
Great morning. I hate to be critical at this critical point in our history, and I'm sure the Democratic Party has done what it thinks it should do, but I don't think it has done what it could do. And primarily because they have not connected to grassroots leadership in the Black Belt in Alabama. But that's what the Vote or Die, we are doing what we can to energize the black vote, because so many people didn't even know there was an election. And even those who knew don't realize that this is a vote or die election.
DeWanna Thompson, you at wokevote.us trying to get folks on these HBCU campuses. We saw an 18% drop off in HBCU campuses across the South in the 2016 presidential election. I chatted with you last week. How is your fundraising going? You set a goal of $100,000. What has been happening since we last talked?
Well, thank you, Roland, so much for your partnership. And since we last talked, we have seen our everything go up in a dramatic way. I think the students were so energized to feel like they were supported not only by local individuals, but by your national program, that they're now out there trying to, they're in competition with each other, trying to figure out how many people can, how many students can commit to vote as many people by the end of this weekend. The fundraising is going well. As you can imagine, we can still use more resources. This is a big state, and people think that if you give us, $20, that we can make that stretch. Well, we'll do what we can do in the tradition of black women. But what we know we can do is, with a lot more resources, we can start more programs on the campuses for GOTV weekend. That is this weekend leading into Election Day. We still have to do absentee ballot chases. We still have to make sure people know exactly where their polling locations are. That takes resources. And so we are excited for the help that has come down. We are looking forward to doing what we need to do ourselves. And if people want to step up and join us who are not here, they can join us by their dollars and by their support on wokevote.us.
Tom, this thing is so weird. And Rose, I want you to speak to this here. You now have Donald Trump, the man who proudly talked about grabbing women by their vagina, publicly endorsing Roy Moore. Then you have the Republican National Committee now coming back, dropping a $170,000 ad buy. Now you have a super PAC who's using ads talking about Doug Jones and abortion. And what you have here, Rose, is that you have national Democrats where they basically have said to folks, don't come in because that might inflame Alabama voters. And I'm going, you need as much help as possible. I know that Tom, I don't understand this whole deal. But we don't want to tick off white evangelicals. They ain't gonna vote for Doug Jones anyway.
Right. And they're already mobilized. They're already energized. We have to energize our base. I agree with you. It is appalling to me that you have the governor, a female of this state, say, I believe the children. I believe they were pedophiled and violated, and yet we are going to vote for this pedophile anyway. And the Democratic Party don't understand, to my humble opinion, that they're already mobilized because they see that the white supremacist agenda is going to be implemented if more is elected. So I have a message for the governor. The governor is all right with a pedophile being in office.
Yes, she is.
But there's a young black man in Selma who's been in jail for 2.5 years. One has been in jail for 3 years.
I'm having some issues.
Roland,
Rose, I'm having some issues with your phone. It's breaking up. Sybil, go ahead.
Can your guest speak to the lone African American and Democrat in the Alabama congressional group is Terry Sewell, and she brought members of has brought members of the Congressional Black Caucus down there to get out the vote. Are you seeing any effects on that or to that with the CBC?
Dwana, can you speak to that?
Spreading out.
Yes, I believe that several of the Congressional Black Caucus members have come down, and they are going and doing some of the traditional outreach that's done. They're going to churches, they're showing up at schools, they're showing up at black businesses. And I think that it is creating some of a larger buzz on the ground. However, some of these individuals are not well known within our community. So what's creating a bigger buzz is having our statewide leaders actually show up at some of these places, our city councilmen, our mayors show up at some of these places. And so, you know, I think that is when we're seeing sort of a coupling between national leadership descending upon the state in a mighty way with a message about what this means, what this vote means to the country, and then young folk and civic leaders coming on a statewide level. That's showing the impact that we need.
Let me say
Fraternities and sororities too.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Let me say this real quick. If you in Alabama, you say that you don't know about this election, you have lost your damn mind. You need to be out there, and don't be waiting on Dwana and Rose to get you excited. Be excited because you got a crazy man trying to be that. And the Democrats, stop trying to have black folks as political sharecroppers, toiling the soil, and then you don't want to pay for it. Y'all better learn how to put the money where the people are if y'all trying to win. That's all I'm saying. Rose, Dwana, thanks a bunch. Go to wokevote.us/donate to give to their effort. Every dollar matters.
Hey, Roland, real quick, how was the turnout in Atlanta?
Pathetic. Fulton County, 17%. DeKalb County, 23%. Black folks, you can't have your power and then sit at home.
Weekdays on TV One.
I will never lie to you.
Oh, my God.
Roland Martin.
He doesn't want to talk to us. He wants to ignore us.
Uncensored.
Hell no. That ain't gonna cut it, boo.
Unapologetic.
No, that is fundamentally false. You are wrong.
Unfiltered.
He wants an America where we all look alike. He ain't talking about black people.
Unrelenting.
You better go work out, because you got a fight on your hands.
NewsOne Now with Roland Martin. Weekdays at 7 a.m. on TV One.